Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are in the kitchen because I am bringing you a budget meals video. So in the current climate, everything is getting more expensive, so the more things that we can cook that will feed a lot of people for as little as possible, the better. So I have 3 videos for you today. I have a cottage pie, a Spanish omelette and a cheesy broccoli and sausage pasta. So I have 2 meat-based dishes and 1 vegetarian option. So the first dish that we are going to do is a cottage pie. I will insert the costings for this here. So as you can see, I've included the cost from the 4 major supermarkets. The only reason I haven't included Aldi is because they don't have prices online. First meal, let us go. So for this first recipe, I am using 1 onion, 2 carrots, which is roughly 200 grams, 500 grams of minced beef. I'm using lean mince because it's what I had in the cupboard, 2 tablespoons of plain flour, 1 can of chopped tomatoes, 1 beef stock cube and 450 grams of potatoes. So once you've prepared all them ingredients, you just need to dice the onion and chop up the potatoes. I then oil a pan and fry off the onions and carrots. I then add the mince and break it up with a spoon, and you want to keep breaking that up until it's nice and browned and mixed in with the veg. So once that's browned, you want to add in your 2 tablespoons of flour and mix that through. That just helps absorb any of the excess fat and liquid, and it'll make the sauce a lot thicker as well. So once that's fully incorporated and cooked down, you want to add in your tin of chopped tomatoes. Again, just stirring that round until it's all incorporated. Then crumble in your beef stock cube and stir through again. Once your potatoes have boiled, just take them out of the water, add in some butter and give them a good mash. I leave the skins on, so it needs a bit of extra mashing, but it all looks the same and tastes the same at the end. And by leaving the skins on, you have that little bit of extra fibre. Once everything's cooked, you want to pour out your mince mixture into a baking jar, pot thing, whatever this is. Just give it a shake to make sure it's all even and flat, and then start adding on your potatoes. Oh, and I forgot to add the Worcestershire sauce. I can't say that word. Anyway, add that on, it'll all go into the flavours of the dish anyway. Add on your potatoes. I'm just scooping it on and patting it down. And then you want to take a fork and just score it, and this just allows it to get really crispy in the oven as it's cooking. So once you've scored it all, you then pop it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes until it's all bubbling and cooked through. So this makes for very generous portions, and if you are going with either Tesco or Sainsbury's, because they're both the same, or Aldi I presume is roughly the same, it comes out at 63 pence per portion. Good evening guys, and welcome to budget meal number 2. This one is a Spanish omelette. I typically have this for breakfast, but you can eat it for breakfast, lunch or dinner. I have costed the ingredients I've used in this recipe, but the reason I like it so much is you can just throw up anything. So it's great for one for the end of the week. I tend to do this on a Sunday night, ready for lunches or breakfast the next day, and I will just chuck in any veg that is left over from the weekend on from the week. So 2 birds, 1 stone. You can use up leftover veg, and it is cheap if you just buy the ingredients because it's mainly potatoes, and potatoes are not that expensive. So let's dive straight in. So for this recipe you want 3 large potatoes, which is roughly 600 grams. Here I've just diced them with the skins on, and I'll pop them in a pan to parboil. You don't need to cook them all the way through, just a little bit to make the frying process a lot quicker. Just add a little bit of salt to the water and add to a hob. So while that's boiling, we'll then start preparing our other ingredients. We've got 1 onion, 1 red bell pepper, 1 tomato and 6 eggs. So we'll just give them a quick whisk with some salt and some pepper. We then have all of our ingredients ready. We have our parboiled potatoes, our peppers and onions, our tomato and our eggs. So the first thing we are going to do is to heat a frying pan on medium heat with a little squirt of oil, and then start frying off your peppers and onions. So you don't need to fry these to the death, just so they start changing colour and turning a little bit translucent. So once you're happy with that, you can add in your potatoes. Again, these are already halfway cooked, so you're just frying them until they start to colour and they're fully soft in the middle. So once you're happy with that, add in your tomatoes, and you want to give this a good stir around and fry off just to get rid of any moisture that has come out of the tomatoes. Then just give it a little flick, try not to get it all over the side, and then once that's all done, just try and flatten it down a little bit, ready for the eggs. So you'll want to give your pan a little bit of a shake, just making sure that the egg mixture gets right to the bottom. Now just give it a quick turn around, just making sure it's at the edge. Once that's set on the top, you'll see it start to set. I just pop it under the grill for an extra 5 minutes to finish it off. So this meal in total serves 4 people and costs 30p with the cheapest supermarket, which for this one is Tesco. For this next recipe, it's a sausage and broccoli cheesy pasta. We have 1 onion, 400 grams of pasta, 1 broccoli cut into small florets, 1 lemon juiced, 4 garlic cloves minced, and 4 sausages taken out of the skins and just shredded into little pieces. So you want to take a frying pan or a big pan on medium heat, add a little bit of olive oil, add your water to your pasta to set that to boil, and then fry off your onions. So once your onions have changed colour, you want to add your sausage meat. So I tend to treat this like mince, so just squash it down a bit until it starts to brown. It normally takes a couple of minutes. So once your pasta is halfway cooked, you want to add in your broccoli. You might need an extra bit of water for this, depending on how much water your pasta has absorbed. Then want to add in your garlic to your sausage mixture, and just stir this round for about a minute until the garlic starts to become really fragrant. You then want to just combine all of the ingredients, so drain your pasta and broccoli, add it to the sausage mixture, this is now off the heat, and just give it a good stir to make sure it's all combined. Add in your lemon juice, and again just stir around, make sure that flavour is incorporated. And then the final thing to do is take about 100 grams of cream cheese. I've used the extra light cream cheese here, but it doesn't really matter. And just stir that around until it's all combined and melted and cheesy. So this meal, again, is 4 very generous servings. You could probably make it stretch to 6, and it costs 50p per serving. So there you have it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. That is 3 budget meals, which comes out at £1.42 per person if you were to cook all 3. Let me know in the comments below if you've enjoyed this, if you'd like this sort of content, and if you have, please consider subscribing. I would massively appreciate it. See you in the next video.